Hello, my name is Natalie. I am your host today. I am thrilled to have you join us today for what promises to be an insightful and important conversation. And today we have the privilege of speaking with Mr. Gary C. Juste, a retired minister, counselor of the Foreign Service for the U.S. Agency of International Development, USAID. Former USAID Mission Director for Haiti and Mali, and former senior government advisor for Libya. Gary's extensive experience and leadership with USAID have made him a trusted expert in international development, particularly in the context of Haiti. Gary is deeply committed to his humanitarian work and has served as a member of USAID in Haiti from 2010 to 2013, and that was after the earthquake, and then again from 2019 to 2020. Today's discussion will focus on Haiti's current state of affairs. Why is Haiti in its current condition? And putting Haiti on the roadmap to self-determination. This is really important because restoring the country's political system and infrastructure is key to ensuring the privilege of visiting Haiti is restored for the Haitian Americans and diaspora who long to return home. And let's not forget, for the future of the 80% of Haitians who are currently residing in Haiti, who are under the age of 30 years old, living in this current humanitarian crisis. With that, I would like to welcome Mr. Gary Juste to the conversation. Thank you, Gary, for joining us today. And how are you?
Well, thank you, Natalie, for such a wonderful introduction. I really appreciate it. And I thank your audience for listening to us today. And I welcome them, and we welcome their comments as well, wherever they are, to view this for people of your age group and that are of the diaspora, to be still not having been born in Haiti, but to have been so concerned that you want to hear more about what's going on and you want to do something about it. Want to do something for Haiti. Really, that's truly appreciated.
And that appreciation is reciprocated because we need to know more. Those that are like me that did not grow up in Haiti need to know more. So we appreciate you taking the time and joining us today for the conversation and to share your insights. Appreciate it. So let's get into the conversation. I'm sure everybody's ready to hear what you have to say. So my first question for you is that you immigrated from Haiti to the US in 1968, became a citizen, and circled around the world, including helping the country that you left so many years ago. That is the Haitian American diaspora dream personified. Can you tell us about that journey?
Well, first of all, I want to thank God for having put me in this position, in the positions that God has placed me, because it's not a given that I would have gone down this road to help Haiti. And I have to say that this is a dream that I had, not even a dream, but really something that I wanted to do from the time I was 16 years old. I guess that goes back to 1974, even. Ooh, I'm telling my age. But anyway, Yes, it goes way back. It goes way back when I was in high school, and I thought, how can I help Haiti? Because Haiti has always been in dire straits for real. It's just worse today than it ever has been from my days in high school to where it is today. And so I've been privileged and blessed to have followed a career path that God has put me under so that I can accumulate all these experiences and knowledge and bring it all together to where it leads to where my thoughts are today as to what we can do for my country of birth from the inside of the house of the United States to provide that kind of assistance. So yes, when I left Haiti in 1968 and went to New York, and one of the first experiences I had was when I went to the elementary school, and we went to have lunch in the cafeteria, and just think about it, it's 1968, lunch in the cafeteria in New York, and I walk into the cafeteria, and all the people of color were on the right side, and all the Caucasians were on the left side. This was the first time I really realized that, oh, wait a minute. I looked at my wrist and I said, oh, okay, I belong on that side. And that's when I started to realize that I was considered to be Black. And I did not have any idea what that was until then. You know, when I left Haiti, everybody's a human being. That's made such a distinction. Anyway, that's how it all started. That's one of the very first things I recognized. And also Haiti was, like I said, in the dire straits, and I wanted to help, and I wanted to know how I could do that. And so I followed this path that God has put me on to help Haiti. So back to the question at hand, and so this is where I'm coming from, right? Because I've had a career where I've been to over 20 countries in Africa. I served 3 years in Russia, and all about development, because I did contracting work that helped all of those countries. And Haiti twice, as you mentioned. And the things I learned about Haiti. Today's focus is on Haiti. So a couple of things I learned in my tours in Haiti after the 2010, after the earthquake. I had to do some intervention, spend money, or the U.S. had put aside some $2 billion between 2013 to rebuild houses and hospitals and that kind of thing. And so a couple of experiences while I was doing that I would like to share is so that to give you some background as to why I'm concluding what I'm concluding today on Haiti. Let me start by saying after the earthquake in Haiti, everybody was devastated. 230,000 people died. It was really a crazy time, you know. They were busy working like 17 hours a day, trying to put things in place, blah, blah. But in the meantime, you know, while you're going through all these stresses and stuff, you are discovering things. For example, at the general hospital that we were supposed to be renovating, the U.S. government had put aside some $25 million, and the French government had put aside $25 million. And I was working with the French to see how we can reconstruct or renovate this hospital, the general hospital. And it's amazing because the general hospital actually is located next to the medical school. And they had about 4 or 5 operating rooms. I went to 3 operating rooms where they had actual windows where students could actually look. I thought that was so advanced compared to, you know, that they can actually observe operations and so on. But then I found out those operating rooms were not on. They were not working, using them. I said, whoa, why is that? They even had some equipment in there, probably some foreign aid equipment that was in there, but never been used. It struck me. And then I asked the individuals that were giving us the tour, and I said, why are we not using these rooms? And he said, well, there's mice that comes through here. Wow. And I said, all you have to do is use a disinfectant. And then as I inquired more, I found out that they only do operations in the operating room next to the emergency room, which is used. So they hardly ever do any operations at the hospital. I then found out that a lot of the doctors have their own private clinics. That's where they would do the operations. Oh, wow. Just think about that for a second, right? So if you're a patient, you go in there and you need to have an operation, you have to pay private money. So that, again, this is a way of, if you're the very poor guy, you're not going to be operated on, okay, unless you can find the money to do it, okay? That was one thing that struck me very, very heavy. There's two other things that happened very quickly. One day there was a 14-year-old girl that was bleeding from a pregnancy, and a nurse was basically kicking her out of the hospital. Not basically, actually kicking her out of the hospital and put her on the sidewalk and yelling at her, this is what happens to you guys when you go to sleep with anybody. And I'm like, how can somebody be that horrible to do that? And to this day, I don't know if this girl survived or not. But to the sidewalk, and by the way, on the sidewalk, any medication that you will need in the hospital is sold outside. You know why?
Why?
Because if you need anything while you're in there, they tell you, we don't have it at the hospital. So somebody has a connection to those people on the sidewalk that are selling, and you can find any medication you want on the sidewalk, okay? Was my experience with the hospital. One, and then not there, but even the government. In us doing the plans for renovating, the government actually asked us if we could put a helipad. And I'm like, you don't have enough ambulances to bring people to the hospital. You want a helipad in Haiti. And when I said that, it was taken in a negative way. Like, we don't want Haiti to be advancing. Wow. And when we look at doing a helipad, it actually took more than half of the money that we have to do it. And so basically killing off doing it. And till this day, the general hospital is still not functional like it's supposed to be. It's one of the biggest problems that we have in Haiti. As just one example of how the system is, how the system doesn't work, how there's corruption all ingrained in that system. And that's just one thing that I'm using. The other thing that I recall financially is I had a family member that didn't have a credit card, went to the bank. Within 3 hours, she had a credit card. That's when I realized, I looked at my skin again. Light skin has privileges in Haiti. If you have a name and light skin, you have a privilege. Because I know, I had a staff member that had been working for USAID for a couple of years that applied for a credit card. He had been waiting all this time for more than 18 months. He still didn't get a credit card, even though he had a steady salary. And why? But the way I concluded is because he was dark-skinned and he didn't have a family name that could be recognized by the bank. And that's what the vast majority of the Haitian people have been going through for the last 200 years. I'm not even going to blame one government over the other for the situation that we currently live in. These are the things that need to be addressed by any future government that's in Haiti. You need to change the system, because part of what the gangs are claiming today is that kind of thing. And the last thing, one more thing just came to my mind. I remember in 2012, we were driving in the Jeep, whatever, going to Jérémy, We got up to on top of a mountain, and of course, there's no safety things on the thing. And then we had a truck coming towards us, and the road is narrow on top of this mountain. So we had to actually pull back to let this truck come through. And the truck was full of people, with people on top, in the middle, with all these things that they were carrying from Jeremy and stuff. And as they were passing by, there was a group of young men, they were yelling at us, cursing at us. And they started, there's a big curse in Hey Creole that the rest, okay? And I was so startled. I was now more afraid of them coming down the truck to come after us. Then I found out later it's because they had been so underprivileged they can't possibly own a 4x4. And so there's the privileged people in Haiti would have access to things that they never could dream to have. And so and this happened in 2012, and this has been happening for a long time. And these are the kind of issues, the belly of Haiti that needs to be fixed if you're gonna have Haiti to get on the road of of the self-determination, as you stated earlier. And so these are the kind of things that I've experienced, that I bring to the table, that I would like to see anybody that's in charge to take care of.
Absolutely. And I'm sure the Haitian people, the 80,000 who are there, would love to see this taken care of too, so that they can live a better life. And I know that you recently participated in a discussion on Haiti with the Black professionals on international affairs. Can you share a little bit of the intervention that maybe that you proposed, that you shared with them at the time, as it relates to Haiti and its current condition?
Yes, that's exactly what it was about. It was really about talking about the current status. And at that time, which was a few weeks ago, we were talking about the presidential council that was being proposed by the UN, that was to be worked out with the CARICOM and so on. That's what we were discussing about the impact of that and the situation with the gangs. We did talk about the situation of the gangs in Haiti. And as you can see, this past week, they finally installed the council, the transition council, to take Haiti to elections. And so one of the things that came to my mind anyway, was and it reminded me how an ambassador addressed a Haitian senator who had a request. And I'm not naming the senator, I'm not naming the ambassador, it's relevant. But the ambassador said to the senator, the day that you can bring 1 million people in front of my embassy, that's when I'll listen to you. That was so striking to me. Wow. I was kind of like pissed off, actually, from the statement. But then when I reflected on it, I said, wow, how powerful is that, to have the ability to mobilize 1 million people? Because it's so hard to mobilize people in a community, and you're asking for 1 million people to be mobilized. And so when I look at this current presidential council, I think they have a monumental task in front of them, as I have just explained, and they have to address some of these issues that I have raised. And so I'm giving thought of maybe how can they go about to do that? How can they have the consent of the Haitian people? I'm not saying, yes, they don't have consent of I don't think any of them right now not one of them can bring 1 million people to any embassy in Haiti, because they all are representing different sectors of Haiti. And one of them was actually part of the group, which was part of the Montana Accord. We have people that I knew that were doing that, and I applaud them for gathering together and creating this council to take the country forward. And the argument was, you know, because Ayal Ali was not a legitimate leader because he was never sworn in, so it was not constitutional, and so on. But when you extend that a little bit and you look at the current presidential council, you know, where's the Haitian people that did to get the Haitian people consent? And then it's because I know that how the UN works and the international community works with any government. They consider consent when they speak to the leaders of a country. And so by creating this presidential council represents the leaders of Haiti, but where the same thing that was accused of Ayal Ali of not being legitimate can actually apply to this presidential council, regardless of the effort that they have made and they're wanting to do well for Haiti. They still, I don't know of any of them that can actually mobilize 1 million Haitians in front of any embassy in Haiti. And so they, down the line, given the difficulty that they're facing and the problems that they're facing, it wouldn't be surprising if they were not successful, if we are back to where we started from. In fact, one of the discussion I had a couple of days ago was with a 93-year-old woman who, when I posed that question to her, you know, does she have any hope with the new government? She told me they have the same people that was there before. So representing the country, so she's not having any real hope. And yet she was telling me how much she would just die to go to Haiti because this is her homeland. And it's so sad to watch a 93-year-old, you know, she doesn't have much time to actually go back to her home country. So I wanted to encourage her, but I have to see and understand that what's facing this presidential council is tremendous. And so there needs to come with another way or another approach, or maybe, and let's put it this way. I think that the last time Haiti were able to get together and form unify themselves was at the revolution, 1804, because everybody had an interest, okay? The blacks, the poor people, the slaves just wanted to be free, okay? The affranchis, if you will, the mixed people, they wanted to be free to do business. They wanted to have their own business and be continuing to exploit the production of Haiti. And the businessmen, including Frenchmen, wanted to be independent of France, who was controlling everything that Haiti produced. They had to ship every production to France first, and then French would resell it to other countries. And so everybody wanted to, so that's, I think, part of the reason why the revolution in 1804 was successful by Jean-Jacques Dessalines was because of that. And the same thing is happening here. For the last month and a half, there's been nothing that's been able to get into the country. Everybody found themselves in the same boat because the businesses are going down. They can't import anything from the Dominican Republic or any place else because the borders are closed. And so this is an opportunity for them. And so that kind of like galvanized and made them agree to come to this forefront of moving forward. But we don't want them to go the same way as they did in 1804 and have 200 more years of that same experience without addressing the needs of the vast majority of the Haitian people.
It's a lot. It's a lot that the council currently has on their hands, specifically because they are, as you mentioned, I don't know, maybe they've been like a lot of this has been part of the problem, but regardless, the situation that Haiti is in right now, this is required to somewhat restore order and get some supplies into Haiti to help the Haitian people. But this is
that is a good point, Natalie, that there were some of these people were part of the problem. This just hit me because the current gang situation, one could ask, how did this gang get so much power? They have so much power that they blocked the prime minister from coming back from Kenya. Think about that for a second. They had so much power that a lot of the embassies had to evacuate their staff. They had so much power that they were able to block the ports, the airports, and currently the situation that we don't have any drugs coming in and so on. People are being blinded every day because they don't have anything to put in their eyes other than cataract. Or people that have no access to dialysis that are just dying because they have no access to anything. Just think about the dire straits that people are currently facing. Because the gangs have so much power. And so how come they have that much power? I go back to, I'm not saying that's the genesis, but a big part of it started in 1995. Because in 1995, we disbanded the army, okay, that provided countrywide security. And when we disbanded the army, the president then decided to have his own private security. And by having his own private security, all of a sudden the private sector said, whoa, wait a minute, we need to provide security for our own selves. So everybody started to finance their own private armed groups. And then it divulged into all the elected officials as well. So if you wanted to run for senator in Haiti, you actually had to have your own security. And with your security now, you could kidnap, do all kinds of crimes against your opposition so that you could actually win a seat. Okay? I recall one case of a young lady that wanted to be deputy in Kenskoff. When the campaign started, her opposition actually burned her family house. Oh, wow. That's why she didn't. Just think about it. A woman wanted to be a deputy, wanted to participate in the political process. And that's how they were able to exclude her, because of all these armed groups that's created this insecurity that currently Haiti is facing. And so from 1995, you have until now. So you can see how these groups have become gangs. And then these gangs have evolved in such a way that today, some of them are talking about liberating the Haitian people. That's all. They actually said those words after they raped, kidnapped, collect. Now, if you were a victim of kidnapping or rape or anything, those things are going to last with you forever. I had staff at AID that had their parents kidnapped. Just think about that for a minute, okay? I've had staff that were actually assassinated, okay? After the earthquake. This is not, it's very real for those people that insecurity is very real, and one cannot ignore that, okay? And one might say, okay, how can, and this is part of the issues that the current Presidential Council needs to address. And one might say, well, that's not going to take, that's going to take a long time. Yes, it is going to take a while, but it's been done before. How do I know that? Because although not the same, the genocide in 1994 in Rwanda was taken care of because there was a strong military guy, Kagame, okay, that took over and included the Hutus in his Tutsi government to the extent that it impacted even on his own people, that they followed that leadership, okay? And look at Rwanda today. Rwanda's way in advance. It's the cleanest country on the continent of Africa. So, and not to divulge into that, digress into that, but I'm just saying there are examples of how you could do that. And the security is just one leg of a three-pronged table that I think could help solve the problem in Haiti. But the first is what I said, consentment, have people to be able to mobilize. I didn't mention how we can mobilize. You can use today's technology and mobilize people, just like we do in the United States. When we need to write a letter to a senator or to the president, there's a bunch of NGOs that go out that have that technology down packed to where they could just draft the letter, blah, blah, blah. And at the end, all you have to do is go on the phone and see the letter and then sign it by just typing in your name. I'm sure, yeah, we're just typing in your name. Wow. And then the letter is drafted with your electronic signature and it's sent to your senator. And I'm thinking that, oh, well, that's an innovative way of maybe you can get to 1 million people to do that. And if I had 1 million people with me, I couldn't be ignored, whether it be the international organization or the Haitian people for that matter. Okay, that's one way of having that leg done. And the security can be done by going from neighborhood to neighborhood. Of course, there's a third leg. You would like to hear about the third leg?
I would love to hear about the third leg. I
would love to
hear about the third leg because
the third leg is financing. How do you finance all of this? With Haitian money. Because I believe Haitians, if one really believes that Haitian needs to take over its own country, then it has to be contributing. It has to have some skin in the game. In other words, we have we have some of the millionaires in Haiti that have been exploiting the whole country for I don't know how long, that can contribute to its own security, to its own development. It's time that they put money where their mouths are. As far as getting together in this presidential council, maybe they can create a trust where they can all put money, or even the international community could put money in that trust. And I'm not talking about a UN trust. I'm talking about a trust that everybody has confidence in, okay? They need to find a way to create that third leg, financing what they are doing. Oh, yes. By the way, people spoke about reparations, right? They talked about the reparations from France. Did you know that this Eiffel Tower was built with the money that France extorted from Haiti?
No, I didn't, and I'm sure there are a lot of us out there that didn't know that either.
So one idea that I have is not so much for France to give Haiti the money, you know, who you're going to give it to, that trust, but one way that French could finance or pay back their reparations is by just the tickets that they sell for people that tour the Eiffel Tower. If Haiti could get a certain percentage of that.
Wow.
Just think about that for a minute. Just think about how many people goes to tour the Eiffel Tower.
That would
We're not asking to have an impact on the French economy or whatever it is, but there are ways to do things. We need to think of different ways we can approach this. And I think if you have this three-legged stool that I'm discussing, or something similar, or somebody comes up with another idea, or people younger than me, you know, as I'm 66 years old today, that have the energy and the can and go about and figure it out. But what Haiti needs to be inclusive of those people under 30 in Haiti to participate in the process. so that they can have confidence in their leadership. That's what I'm suggesting.
And that's an amazing suggestion based on your experience, what you've mentioned about, that this has been the security part, like that's been done in Rwanda before. So it's not something that's like off the chart or off the maps or has never been seen before. Suggesting reaching out using technology to reach out to a million people in Haiti. I mean, this task that the council has is not for the faint at heart. And they also are facing the fact that there's not trust in them by the Haitian people, and having this million, it sounds like having a million people that could vote, that they could have, that could stand by them, and that could make this a truly Haitian-led solution for those 80% of the Haitians that are in Haiti under the age of 30 that are suffering right now, would be amazing. But how do we get this solution to this transitional council? How do we get them to listen? How do we get them not to repeat what's already been done that has not worked? How does that happen?
Well, it starts with you and I talking about it and putting it on the web, sharing it with our friends and families. That's how we do. We put it on the net. That's why we use technology, you'll see, also to communicate. Everybody's using social media. People can say, oh, no, this, by the way, it's not a vote that the Haitians would provide. This is not an election, the consent. You can obtain the consent. It's not a vote. It's them using technology. For example, when people say that, no, not every Haitian has a telephone. That's true. But I know for a fact there are people which a lot of people have access to the web because they get all that information from the web and so on. And I know particular families that have 10 people on the same phone. The mother of the family, the father, and everybody's using the same phone, but they have their own individual access to emails or access to their own sites. And so one can figure that out, especially people that are under 30, they can figure that out. I really believe that's a very visible way of doing it. So yes, let's share this. Let's participate. Let's do what we can. Let's use what God has given us as abilities to contribute to Haiti's future.
Absolutely, and that's why we're here today, right? Like you, as you mentioned, hopefully, my hope, and I'm sure your hope, is that this does reach the council. I mean, maybe they can, and I know that to you, whether you're involved or you're not involved is not that's not the issue. The issue is that somebody take the lead. Someone needs to take the lead and make this happen in a way for the Haitian people that makes this sustainable, that gives them sovereignty, self-determination. And all of it starts with us, doesn't it? It starts with whoever's watching, all of you watching out there. It starts with you. And putting, as you said, Gary, as putting a structure in place that stops the corruption, that puts everything on the table. You mentioned the I can't think of it right now, but the finances, the financial part for Haiti. So many times you hear the Haitian people are frustrated because of the the money's leaving the country. Like people, even they complain that even sometimes the diaspora are to blame. They're coming and they're taking, and then they're leaving with it, and they're being left with nothing. So this part of it.
Let me stop you right there, because you just reminded me.
Yes.
That there was a book that was used by a report that was done by the UN. Do you know that only 4% of the Haitian population have a bank account?
My goodness. No, I didn't. I'm sure my viewers out there don't know that either. We take it
4% of the population have a bank account. They don't have any access to the economy. So that's why we have all this informal market that's going on. That's another whole discussion that I could get into. But just think about that. And when that same book had, and let me grab it for a second. I'm going to show it to you.
Please.
You just reminded me of it. Yeah, because when I was the mission director in Haiti in 2019, this is the booklet that when I met with Jovenel Moïse, the president in Haiti, he made reference to this book. And in this book, this booklet, if you will.
Okay, what's the name of it? I can't see it from here.
It's called the HTG, the Haiti HTG.
Okay.
Haiti. Okay.
Thank you.
And the thing is, it contained all the stats on Haiti. Would you believe that in there also is stated that all the privately owned vehicles in Haiti are owned by 3% of the population? For people in the United States, just think about that for a second. Only 3% of the people in the United States would have cars. How can you build an economy on that in 2024?
Not possible. Impossible.
Okay, this is where we are.
So, yep. So as you know, everyone out there, everyone that's watching can hear, something, this Haitian led solution and this three-legged proposal, Gary, that Gary has proposed could be a great start for leading the Haitian people out of this impoverished state that they're in, out of this crisis that they're in, so that things can be different for the future of those 80% that are in Haiti suffering, and so that the Haitian American and diaspora that are here in the US can see a way back home if they want to. So what I say, and what I think, I'm going to speak for you, Gary, and you can speak for yourself, is that everyone needs to take this, share it with someone, participate, be there.
And by the way, one last thing before not to interrupt you, but I have to be thankful. I have to agree that the only reason I can speak to you today like this and having all this knowledge is because the U.S. government has given me the opportunity to do so. Okay, I need to recognize that, because the only reason I've been through this process of this career that I've had is because, one, of the civil rights people. Okay, I stand on a lot of shoulders, okay, from your Martin Luther King's Malcolm X and so on, in order for me to have the space and ability and opportunity to speak today as I know it, and I have to recognize that, because we are part of that whole thing. This effort of not allowing Haiti to grow because we were gonna awake the slaves in the United States to rebel against the United States. That goes way back, and it's because of them, okay, of their efforts in the United States, that I have disability today, and I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that.
And what's beautiful is that having this opportunity, like I have this opportunity, and many others do, don't forget where you are and what got you there, and don't forget where you came from. And be part of the solution and not part of the problem. Help support the Haitian people on their journey towards recovery, political stability, better health, empowerment, sovereignty. That's what every nation wants. And we're, you know, like Gary just said, we're proud for the opportunities that we have, aren't we? We're very proud of those opportunities. We're happy to have them. But there comes a time where you have enough, right? You have more than enough. Share those opportunities with others that don't. Give them the opportunity. Give Haiti the opportunity. Give the Haitian people the opportunity to have exactly what it is that you have and that you want. Because we're all one people. We all want the same things. We don't need to take it from someone else so that we have it. There's more than enough to go around. So with that, do you have any closing words, Gary? I really appreciate it that you joined me in this conversation today.
I think I covered everything, and I'd like to close with that one love situation. Remember Marvin Gaye? The movie that came out, One Love.
We talking about Marley? No.
Huh?
Are we talking about Marley? No.
Bob Marley.
Yes.
One love.
One love.
We are one people.
Let's get together and be all right. I love it. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. So
have a good one, Natalie.
Okay.
Pleasure to have spoken with you.
Thank you. And if anyone, wait, before you go, if anyone wants to get a hold of Gary, you can reach him at gary.juste at justeconsultant.com or admin at aitiwene, AYITIRENE.com. I will put it in the links below for you so that you can reach him. If you can email Gary if you think that if you want to talk to him about his solution, if you have anything to add to the solution. And I implore the Council of 7 or 9, then what, 7 members and 2 are not members, you know,
two can vote, 7 that can vote and 2 are non-voting.
Well, okay, so I'm going to call them, they call it the Council of the Transitional Council. I implore the Transitional Council, look Gary up. He's done this before. He's done this in other nations. He's been to Rwanda. He's been to other countries. I'm sure he can help so that you can be successful, because, by the way, we're rooting for you. Haiti's rooting for you, and hopefully you're truly rooting for Haiti. We're there. So I thank you. I thank everyone. Subscribe, share this with your family, share this with your friends, share this with everybody, and let's help Haiti get out of the situation that they're in and put them on that path to self-determination and sovereignty. I thank you.